What's good, Tiger Nation? It's your boy J Still the Tiger, and I am doing a new kind of segment where it's still the Tigers did, but do like little shorts called takes, where I'll just be talking about like different stuff, here and there. But definitely one of those things I'm going to be talking about is my cosplay. Shout out to SJ Slay. Thank you, babe, for the idea of talking about some of my cosplays and giving like the backstory to them all, and especially the ones that have details and that I've reimagined for something else. So, the first one I want to talk about is my cosplay of the infamous Shockwave from Transformers. Yes. A lot of think tank went into this one for Shockwave. Um I would say the biggest thing about Shockwave for me, uh, it was a long time for me to finally do Shockwave. Of course, I was doing my research. I was looking up ways to how to put it together. Of course, a lot of people who are better craftsmen than me that will do like the whole mech suit, and shout out to them because they look amazing. But I knew I couldn't make a mech suit. Maybe some one day in the future, I don't know. But I definitely loved the art concepts of humanoids of the Transformers, um, which I've seen plenty of cosplays. But the one that really inspired me to do it was Big Nelly. Um, he cosplays um, Optimus and Megatron. Spectacular. I love it. And I'm a Megatron fan and an Optimus fan. Um, I wanted to cosplay them. I might cosplay them in the future, but like ever since Nelly did it, I was like, this is my Optimus Prime and Megatron. I love it. And so I did not want to step away from not cosplaying a Transformer. And then I started seeing more people cosplaying as them in their own type of version. And so I was like, okay, let me think. How do I want to do this? Of course, first was Ratchet. But I'll do another video for that one for Ratchet from Transformers. Um, but for this one, for Shockwave, I've already did Ratchet, like I said, and I already had the base of what I wanted already. Um, the thing was trying to figure out how do I do Shockwave justice, but also still have my take on it. So going down through it, I started looking at all the designs ever created of Shockwave, whether it be comic or movie adaptation or television. And so I came up with several designs. Um, two of them did not make it because I was like, no. And one of them was from the Transformers animated series where Shockwave had antlers. And I was like, nah, I'm not doing antlers. I'm sorry. Not saying I didn't. Not saying it was not a cool concept, which I still use that design, just not the way, not with antlers. Um, so going down to everything. So the base was the base, the tactical gear. I think that was like the main base. So I was torn of whether or not should I have him wear a lab coat because he is a mad scientist. But like the way it was coming together, I was like, I don't know. I don't know if the lab coat's gonna work because, like, yes, he is a mad scientist, but for those who know the character Shockwave, Shockwave is also a warrior. He's not just a scientist; he is a warrior, And any movement, any action that he does, it has to be logical, which is very important. Which I definitely wanted to say everything is logical for when I'm putting into this cosplay. So, of course, the emblem G1. I already knew from the get one it had to be G1 emblem of the Decepticons. Um his so that was the emblem for that one. The claws. The claws. Now I know a lot of people are like, oh, but he has a detached weapon that's attached to him. And I was like, yeah, but there is the design that for the anime series where he has claws. And I was like, I feel like that fits him more. Like, especially him being a mad scientist. Um, and that it detaches. The weapon detaches, the claw detaches, he can switch in and out. That's how what I've always believed. I mean, because they're mechs. They're yeah, they can do that. But so yeah, so I did the claws so inspired by the animated series, where he was spoiler, where he was a spy. He was disguised himself as an Autobot and infiltrated, and then come to find out it's Shockwave and he has antlers and he has claws. I love the claws. Not a big fan of the antlers, but that's just me. Um, the eyeball, of course, the eyeball, iconic, one eye. Um, though definitely, I knew I had to put his colors into it, his G1 colors, because iconic, and plus, obviously, purple. I got purple everywhere. But definitely. So I made his weapon, his Nerf gun. I'm gonna say this right now, so I'm gonna give his Nerf gun that you see that he's holding inside his chest, and which probably I'll make a holster for it and dye it purple or something like that for his holster. But on the weapon, you know what? Actually, let me find that. Okay, so I found it, and of course, purple, and of course, I have written on it where it says "logical ultimate weapon," which is an iconic line from him. And so, of course, I wrote that, and then of course, I put on there at the bottom where it says "shockwave." So yes, the Nerf gun. Calm down. So definitely, I took it to a con already. So I got the zip tie, which cool enough they put purple on it. So it was awesome that they did that for me. But yeah, that is Shockwave's weapon. Of course, eventually I'll find a bigger one to have the iconic big weapon. But hey, cosplayers, we we balling on the budget. um. So yeah. So that was his weapon, and then the headpiece. Oh boy. Okay. I think I don't know if I was gonna show it in the video, but you know what? Let me grab the headpiece. Okay. So here is Shockwave. Of course, the eyeball, like I said, iconic. Has to be iconic. Of course, I love the fact that it lights up. So the story about the headpiece. Sorry, I had to turn it off because it was messing with the camera. So the story of the headpiece. I definitely wanted to do a mask and to make sure that it had the one eyeball. So I saw a different version of this and I was like, okay, I can work with this. And I was just like, I feel like it's missing something. And so I went back and I looked at some of his designs for Shockwave. And I remembered the Michael Bay movies. I already know what you're going to say. Hey, let's just say some were good, some were bad, and some were just shouldn't have been made. Let's just go there. Um, so I did get the inspiration from the Michael Bay films of Shockwave, where Shockwave did have tentacles. And of course, I was not about to put no tentacle attachments. I was like, what's the next thing? Which is tubing braids. Giving him the tubing braids for that, which actually came out very nicely, which I enjoy very much. Um, it does give off like the Predator vibes, everything like that with the tubing. And so I was just like, yeah, that's it. That's it right there. That's I'm sold with this. To which I put it all together and it turned out pretty awesome. And of course I did start off with the video for it, which I got a lot of feedback from it, and people were like, this is awesome. Which I was very and I was happy about the fact that people automatically knew who I was. And that's was the most important part, was making sure people knew exactly who I was cosplaying. Excuse me. Because as soon as I walked into a KaiCon, so yes, so I went to a KaiCon with this cosplay, and I walked in. They were like, "Oh my gosh!" Like people who didn't know who I was, that didn't know Shockwave, they were like, "That is so cool." I was, and I enjoyed it, and I was actually, and like I said, I was excited that people knew exactly who I was. So thank you. Thank you for all those um who came up to me, wanted to take pictures, and actually knew exactly who I was cosplaying, because I you didn't know, but definitely it was one of those moments I was like, oh my gosh, please don't get mistaken me for somebody else. I beg you. And I know a lot of other cosplayers can definitely feel my pain when, especially, you're going for a certain character and you go way into it and you're just like, please at least one person recognize who I am. And they actually did, and I was very happy about it. And so yeah, so definitely Shockwave has become one of my um favorites. It has become one of my favorites. Definitely, more than likely going to look into ways of improving Shockwave. Um, but I know that's definitely a journey because knowing me, um, I'm gonna do something bigger, better, or put more details. And like I'm definitely that type of person that pays attention to details. And so of course, hence why I'm making videos like this. Um, but yeah, that's the story of Shockwave. And here is Shockwave. As you can see, the G1 emblem, the claws, the eyeball, and the tentacles, all inspired by different versions of Shockwave. So yeah, that there it is. So I appreciate you guys for sticking in. And I'm going to do more videos like this of telling of some of my cosplays or experiences at cons and stuff like that. So definitely check out my other pages. Definitely on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Um, yeah, and of course, make sure you guys like and follow. Make sure you guys check out my merch. I actually got merch. Join the Blurb Club, and if you're not comfortable wearing blurred, we actually have Nerd Club as well too, as well as other stuff inside there, which is on Redbubble. So yeah, I know for all you people that experienced Redbubble before, um, this is just for now. Redbubble is just for now. Um, yeah, it's something that we're still testing out. But definitely, if you are interested, I got other stuff that's in there that you just might like. Especially one of my favorite, one of the fan favorites is the emotional support person T-shirt or merch, which you can definitely. It's still available, so you guys can go check it out. Um, yeah, definitely check out Three Blurred Ninjas. Part of and plus the Tiger's Den is part of the Three Blurred Ninjas network, as long as other podcasts as far as the Quiet Part Out Loud. So make sure y'all check that out as well. And then Kudu Lounge, who actually did the intro for this season for the Tiger's Den. So shout out to Kudu Ross. And of course, when you guys hear the outro, you'll still hear Swift for the original Tiger's Den, because I love it so much too. But I definitely wanted to do something new for season 2. So yeah, so guys, make sure you stay tuned, and of course, follow me on social media, Just the Tiger or Purple Orca Productions. Yeah, that's me as well. Um, like I said, merch on Redbubble. And of course, if you guys want to see, if you guys have any requests, videos of certain things or certain cosplays or certain experiences, let me know in the comments. I'm I'm open. Just nothing weird, please. But other than that, y'all stay good, y'all stay blurty, y'all stay nerdy. Peace out. I'm done. That's it.